This video is brought to you by the FarmerKlein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody, welcome back to our Farming Simulator 22 map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Alone in the World. But before that, this video is brought to you by the 901 Meister and Semper Buffo. Thank you for being farm barons. So the Alone in the World map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or the in-game downloadable content menu. And as of the 1.0 release, this map is available for all platforms. Let me read you some of the description. Alone in the World is a mysterious place lost in the middle of the ocean. It is up to you to build your paradise. There you'll find a livestock seller, 4 points of sale, an old dilapidated farm, and an old silo and stone house. 10 gold nuggets are hidden on the island. Where can you find them? This map also includes 2 required mods. That is the Lizard 6205 pack, as well as the Country House. So here we have the Lizard 205 pack, and then we have the Country House right here. In addition to those 2 required mods, we are going to be making use of the mods we typically use when we take a look at maps. That is additional field info, additional game settings, animal food overview, field lease, field calculator, precision farming, and straw harvest. I will tell you, if you load this map up in farm manager mode or start from scratch, you'll find the main farm is built out exactly how you see it here, sans the silo and the barn. In alternate game modes, the barn and the silo are removed from the map, but the main farmhouse is still present. We do have starting machinery in all play modes. And I will tell you, if you load this map up in a low-powered system, like one with integrated graphics, you're going to find you're going to get really, really great frame rates because, well, to be honest, it doesn't get too much more simple than what we have here with Alone in the World. Let's go take a look in PDA and see how alone we really, really are. As the description said, this is an island-based map, and overall, it is a wilderness-style map. We start out down here at the dock, where this is where we're going to find all of our sell points. Then just up from the dock toward the middle of the island, we do have our starting farm with one little tiny field. We do have access to all the crops that are available to us in Farm Sim 22, in addition to the premium expansion crops. We take a look at our lands overview. You'll see that the island is basically laid out into 9 separate buyable areas. We have Farmland ID 2, which is the main center square that we own at the start. That can be bought for $195,000 or $196,000. I don't really see Farmland ID 1 anywhere on the map, but at any rate, we have Farmland ID 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to take a look at our farmland lease screen. This is going to show us all of the viable farmlands, how large those farmlands are. If those farmlands include any fields, nope, they don't. Which field is included in Farmland ID 2? Then lastly, how much is that farmland going to cost us? Taking a look at our field calculator screen, you can see the only field that we have predefined on this map is 0.2 hectares in size. It is not really worth taking a look at the soil map because, again, all we're going to see is this little square being exposed and the fact that this map is making use of the generic soil map. We've seen that plenty of times. We can kind of just overlay that in our mental mind as to what is going to be available under all of this soil. With respect to the crop counter, we also have the base game crop counter available to us here on this particular map. And if we look down through our prices screen, you will see we do indeed have the ability to sell all of our base game crops that are available to us in FS22 at one of the 2 main sell points. That is Mag-Sen or Export in general. In addition, we do have the ability to sell our eggs, wool, and milk as well, and our silage, hay, straw, and grass. They can look down through our base game production items. We do indeed have the ability to sell all of the base game production items that are available to us in Farm Sim 22. In addition, we do have the ability to sell lime. We can't buy bulk lime, but we can sell it. And we also can sell our stones as well. If we are going to play with the Platinum expansion production items, we do indeed have the ability to sell those as well, which is always a good thing to see. And of course, we do have the ability to sell our premium expansion production items also. If you are playing with pumps and hoses, we do have the ability of getting rid of our separated manure. And also, if you are playing with straw harvest, we do have the ability of getting rid of our straw and hay pellets. If you look at our starting fleet, we start out with a very modest list of starting machinery. It does need a bit of maintenance across the board, but it is very low operating hours and nothing is leased. We do not have any animals on this map. We do not have any contracts on this map because, again, there are no unowned fields. We do not have any production at all on this map, let alone production that is owned. And we do have those 10 collectible gold nuggets that are scattered around the island. Now let's take a look here. Before we take a look at our starting machinery, let's just take a look down here through our sell points. We have the export sell point down here at the end of the dock. And then back up here on the mainland, we have our bale sell point. So accept silage, hay, straw, grass, as well as our bales. We have our animal dealer. We have Magasin, our second main sell point. We have our shop trigger. And then we're going to have our maintenance trigger located over here by these bays. And it is marked out with hash marks. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting fleet. We start out with the Lizard 130 automatic. That is part of the Lizard 6205 pack. We then have the Nova 330 harvester and the PowerStream 500 grain header, the Welger DK 115 trailer, the Servo 25 plow, the Nordstein HK 25 NS 3030 power harrow and seeder combination, and then we wrap it all up with a 900 kilogram front weight. Taking a look at our mods and DLCs, this map does not have any custom vehicles or implements built in, but of course we do have the Lizard 602 pack that is part of the required mods. Just up from Magasin, we do have a biomass heating plant sell point here to accept logs and wood chips. Then if we just follow this dirt path inland a little bit, well, it's going to take us to our main starting farm. Here at the starting farm, we do have our farm silo, dump and fill point. We have our farmhouse with our sleep and wardrobe trigger. Sleep at the door, wardrobe around the side of the table. Totally makes sense there. We have our harvester. Then we're going to find the rest of our farm machinery located here in the shed. Now, with respect to can the farms be customizable? The answer is mostly, but not totally. We can sell the silo, we can sell the farmhouse, we can sell the barn. The junk around the barn, nope, it's not for sale. It's permanent. You just love it that much, you're not willing to get rid of it. So in fact, even if you load this map up in farm manager mode or start from scratch, the barn's not here, but the trash sure is. The silo's not here. The only thing that is present, like I said, is the trash and the farmhouse located over there. Now let's get a little bit of altitude and we'll just kind of take a look around and talk about how we're going to score this particular map. As we do typically with wilderness style maps, we get a little bit generous with respect to the scoring, with respect to production being built in or areas set aside for such. Because, well, in a wilderness map, there's a whole lot of ore areas set aside for such. Because we have the entire map that we could build on. So we're going to give the map a token full point with respect to production built in or areas set aside for such, even though we do not have any areas built in. With respect to the ability to sell all rebasing crops, animal outputs, and production points. But we're giving the map a full point there because we do indeed have the ability to sell all of our base game crops, animal outputs, and production points. We also have the ability to sell our platinum and premium expansion products, which is always a nice bonus. With respect to the farms being customizable, no, they're not totally customizable, so we are going to be taking off a little bit of a point there. We're going to give the map 3/4 of a point with respect to the farms being completely customizable. Buildings where appropriate are using the new texturing technique. Sure, there aren't too many buildings at all, but where they are existing, they are indeed using the new texturing technique. And then lastly, player and interactive areas being clearly marked. Indeed, they are also clearly marked. And looky here, that is what our collectibles are going to look like. And we're going to get $100,000 every time we pick them up. So you're going to get up to $1 million of money on this map if you do manage to find all 10 gold nuggets. How are we going to score this map? In the end, it's going to get a score of 4.75 out of 5. The only thing we're knocking off for is because we couldn't actually sell the junk on the starting farm. If this map gets an update where we can then sell the junk, well, just imagine that it is going to get then a score of 5 out of 5. It's not going to be a map for everyone. It is purely wilderness. It is purely a homesteading style map. And it's pretty light on lots of things, but it should run absolutely spectacular on literally just about anything. I'd love to know what your all's thoughts are down in the comments below with respect to Alone in the World. Are you going to give it a go? What do you think of these wilderness style maps? And until next time, happy farming.